What in the world? Happy next year. This Sunday, January 1st, 2017, year of the Lord. How appropriate that the first of the year is the first of the week. My name is Rory Houlihan, and I ran for U.S. Senate last spring, 2016, to stop the ticking time bombs so I could put our economy on track for a bright new day instead of all things ending. Let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Part 12b. The greedy only create more needy. I count myself as a type A. One year our school had a sports day. I won every event. When it came time to hand out the good sportsmanship medal, I thought I should get it. After all, I was the sporting in my victory. But my teacher saw it like Jesus did. While I had won every event, there was a girl who had come in last in every event. Not a tear from her. She was cheerful as ever. She was given the Good Sportsmanship Award. With that, I somehow started to tear up. I lost once and was teary eyed. She lost every time and was happy. Who was the good sportsman? Isn't that what is going on today? For the past 30 years, type A's were given everything they wanted by our government, and President Obama says we need to refocus on the type B's. And what is going on? It looks like a temper tantrum. Then it is most likely a temper tantrum. If the type B's don't mind the type A's good fortune, shouldn't the type A's act the same? The owner showed charity and made sure everyone was paid enough to feed the family. Today we call that a living wage. Do you think that the market was busy the next day with everyone having money? I bet the market was unusually busy the next day. So when the owner came with his grapes, the shopkeepers were willing to give him a higher price or a lower price for his grapes. Higher, right? What does charity so does charity expand or contract your market? It expands, correct? As an economist, I see that increases in worker income increases demand. Increased demand increases prices. Increased prices increases profits. MV equals PQ gives us a multiplier return. Charity expands. Did the market did the expanded market lead to increased profits or lower profits? Higher, correct? Isn't charity the opposite of greed? So if charity expands our markets and leads to increased, what does greed do? There is a real world example of what greed does and becomes. They become in the hoarder. I have seen the homes of hoarders, homes with piles stacked to the ceiling, little or no walking room or sitting room, so one must climb over, the musty smell of rotten rust, and nothing worth the value it once had when it was good and new. So sad. They are like a farmer who puts his year's seed in the back of the barn and keeps the seed there until it goes to rot. The only way the seed produces more is when the seed is spread across the field the next spring. The same is with money. The only way money does good in our economy is when money is spread over our economy. MV equals PQ shows the dependency of all businesses to cash flows. When the cash flows, businesses in our economy grows. And when the cash stops, businesses and our economy stops and goes into recession. The massive bleeding of 1.8 trillion top end shrink because of our current pro-ELP and pro-cap and slide government policies, like right to work laws, is bleeding our hardworking folks and the government. to death in favor of the randy and rich and producing nothing but more needy. Understand, poverty is relative. You can be a farmer or a businessman making $100,000 a year and still be poor. Would you say the greedy only create more needy? And the needy can't buy. If they can't buy, doesn't this lead to a collapsing market? The headwinds that our Federal Reserve alludes to, maybe that is what is going on in Europe today and from 2009. Did what Scott Walker, conservative Republican governor, expand the U.S. consumer market or collapse the U.S. consumer market when he went after unions and cut the teachers' pay and benefits? Didn't Scott Walker and other conservative movement leaders just created more needy? Their actions unilaterally put shockwaves in our labor market, pushing back most pay raises for at least 6 to 12 months. Flattened it. If you haven't received a raise or took a pay cut during that period, you can thank the conservative Tea Party backed governors. Starting next post, let's see what we should have done instead. Instead of the greedy only produce more needy, you have a good and blessed 2017. Bye.